Good afternoon, you can. Why did
Yes.
Ask me? You were here, right?
Yes, we have finished our speech.
Course book or what book?
I think course book.
Course book.
Yes. Page 92.
Okay, page 92, course book. Did I give you homework? Okay. We have finished up to 6G. 6G is finished. And we have finished synonyms. Are synonyms finished? Page 91. Is it finished? Page 91. Is it finished?
Yes.
So we have finished page 91. 92. Except for and apart from. Do you see that?
Oh, yes.
Except for and apart from. Apart from. What is the meaning of except for? What is the meaning of apart from? How do you understand my except for, apart from? Except for, apart from. Look again, read. What is the meaning of except for, apart from?
Apart from me, not including, and is therefore always used to exclude or subtract. Example, they were all there except for Mary. Apart from can mean both not including and in addition to. There was no one there apart from Mary. Apart from Mary, there were three others there. When apart from is being used to show addition, it normally comes at the beginning of the sentence. Besides can be used instead of apart from to indicate an addition, and can come after. There were three besides Mary.
And the first one is except for. Highlight except means not including. The meaning for except for is not including. Not including, so always used to exclude or subtract. They were all there except for Mary. So it means that Mary was not there. Mary was not there. In this case, you can use except for. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And the second one, apart from. Highlight apart from. You need to highlight both, not including, in addition to. Not including, in addition to. So it is for apart from. Apart from Mary, there were two others there. So apart from Mary, there were two others there. It means besides Mary, it means besides Mary, the other two were there. So altogether three. You must understand like that. But you don't need to take in account Mary, because you have already mentioned Mary. That is called apart from. Do you know the nature?
Yes.
So here you are given the example. Apart from is being used to show addition. It normally comes at the beginning of the sentence. Besides can be used instead of apart from. So please highlight besides. By the way, what is the meaning of besides in Burmese? How do you understand my besides?
B.
How do you understand my besides?
耐性期
Actually, besides me, appear. That is besides. There is S. Besides can be used instead or apart from to indicate an addition. Can come after. For example, there were three others besides Mary. It means. So it means Mary appear. That way. So you need to know the difference between except for and apart from. And key point, the second key point, page 92 at the bottom, double the L. Do you see that?
Yes.
Can you read it for knowledge?
Double the L in parts or two syllables, any in a short vowel followed by an L. We double the L, except in American English when a suffix is added. Whatever borrow speaks they are as an expression, past any in OL pronounced as a long vowel also had double L as in control. This rule also applies to many parts any in T when they are given a suffix. It is similar to the rule about when consonants need to be doubled. If the word in the list in activity 13b had only a single L, the preceding
Preceding vowel
would be pronounced long rather than short, as it is regular and complete.
completed. Okay, so here L. American English, double L. Sometimes you are confused whether you have to put single L or double L. In some words, sometimes double L, right? Yeah, it is the rule is quite complicated. And yeah, controlled. Just look at controlled. Verbs ending in ZOL, pronounced as a long vowel, also have double L. So control, it must be double L, right? Just note like that. And the other point is like suffix like admitted, regretting. You have because of admit, the basic word is ADMIT. I is double second last letter. Second last letter is AIO. So you must double the last letter. So it will be ADMITTED. Regret is also regretting that way. So I will go to next. We are supposed to do workbook. Take a workbook now.
Which page?
Yeah, workbook is unit 6. I will do some exercises from unit 6. We have finished unit 6, right? So I will do unit 6 Some useful exercises. Useful exercises. Page 40. Workbook page 40. Workbook page 40. Are you ready?
Yes.
Read number 1.
Put the correct preposition in the tray cast below.
So here you need to put prepositions. You know prepositions you have already learned in the course book. You need
Yes.
to put some prepositions. Please do it quickly. Do. I will check and I will give you feedback. Uncle Joe, long time no see. I'm doing workbook, unit 6, number 1, preposition. Finished? Yung kaya Uncle Joe. This one. If you don't know, you can leave some. I will give you feedback. Just do quickly. Okay, yung kaya will start reading.
The most important aspect.
Uncle Joe, by the way, wait. Uncle Joe, page 40, workbook. Read. Yung kaya read.
The most important aspect for any kind of reading attitude.
Aspect, what are you going to put?
Wow.
No, aspect of any kind of raising. So it must be aspect of any kind of raising. Aspect of any kind. And next one. There will always be mistakes.
There will always be mistakes, but you should not dwell on them.
Dwell. Dwell means live.
Well,
Yeah. Dwell is followed by on. There will always be mistakes made. But you should not dwell means in general live. Dwell on them. Dwell on them. On. Go on.
you can consider the mistake later. Then for them.
Learn for them or learn from them. That
From.
means mistakes. Learn from.
From.
From. You need to learn from them. Learn from the mistakes, it means. So learn from them. Go on.
But don't let them interfere with the risk or the time they happen.
Don't let them interfere with the race. What did you put?
Or
At the time. The race at the time they happen. At. For time, you need to use at the time. Got it? Go on reading. You can go on reading. Do not take offense.
do not take offense.
Offense. O-F-F-E-N-C. Offense. So, gara. Do not take offense. Offense is followed by. You see offense?
Yes.
Yes. Here is comments. Offense at. At.
Oh, yes.
Offense at helpful comments. Go on.
You can only use them on your advantage in the future.
To the advantage of. You can always use them to your advantage. Use them to your advantage. And for the future, what are you going to put?
In the future.
In the future. Yes, correct. To the advantage.
Yes.
In the future. Go on. Whatever source.
Whatever so they can.
Source. Source. For source, what are you going to use?
Come over.
From.
From.
Come from. You see come, so it must be from. Source, they come from. I'll kind of go on. Mine. That is the keyword. Keep.
Keep in mind.
Yes, keep in mind. Keep in mind. Okay, you can go. Uncle doesn't read, so please read. Keep in, in, right? Because of keep in mind. Yeah, that is the fixed expression.
Asking you to constant
Practice.
practice. Make a list of property at the goal or make it the
No, make a list of property or priorities. That is priorities.
Oh yes.
Make a list of priorities. You know priorities?ဦးစားပေးရမယ့်အရာတွေကို list လုပ်ထား Make a list of priorities. Plan the goal of making the maximum. With the goal of making the maximum. With the goal of making the maximum. Priorities with the goal. Go on. Improvement possible.
Improvement possible. You will improve most by Concent
Concentrating. Concentrating is
concentrating
followed by concentrate what?
on
On. Concentrating on
scale you do already do
particularly
particularly
well.
well. Make yourself try out tip given to you.
Better results. Make yourself try out tips given to you. Give that is specific. Given to you by better results than you. So the answer is B1 by. So through this exercise, you need to learn preposition, right? Okay, next one. I want to do number 3. Number 3, read
Right
page
apart from
41.
except for in the gap in the sentence below.
Apart from means you are included. Except for means you are also not included. And number 8A, let's do together. Read.
There was no one in the stadium. Blank one athlete trainee on the tracks. Except
In this, apart from can be both, but except for is just for one. So yeah, there was no one in the stadium. So in this case, one athlete trainee on the track. Except for one athlete training training on the track. So it means that only one athlete training. One athlete training on the track. So in this case, except for is okay. Another way, apart from can be used for this situation as well. Because apart from can be used for both. Except for can be used for one. So in this case, apart from, except for, both are possible. How about B?
blank food, the new supermarket say many things.
The new supermarket sells many things.
Except
In this case, how do you understand by that? Apart from food, it means that food is also sold in the supermarket. You know, in this case, you cannot put except for. Food is included, but you don't need to take in account food. In this time or situation, you can use apart from food. The new supermarket sells many things. Apart from food. It means besides food. Besides and apart from the same. That way. The new supermarket sells many things. So it means the new supermarket sells the other things. You cannot put except for in this case, only apart from. But A, except for, apart from, both are possible. Chúng can try C.
and she participates in many other sports apart from hockey, tennis, and volleyball.
So besides these 3 sports, you can participate other sports. So it means many sports are available there. Number D.
Everyone, blank Sebastian thought that she had won all the race, blank the last one.
So the first one, if you say apart from Sebastian, so it means that you have already taken in account Sebastian, besides Sebastian, the other. If you say except for Sebastian, it means Sebastian is not included. So in this situation, both are possible. Shan had won all the treasures except for the last one. Except for the last one. And next, number E.
The new champion said, "Nothing except for thank you and goodbye."
The new champion said nothing. It means apart from is also possible because you know the new champion said thank you and goodbye. All right. The new champion said nothing except for thank you and goodbye. It means, you know, is thank you and goodbye. So in this case, both are possible, included as well as excluded. Both are possible for number E. Number four is useful. Can you read? They were defeated.
They were defeated in the basketball match. They went home sadly.
So they were defeated in the basketball match. Participle. How will you change participle? Yeah. ED participle. Defeated in the basketball match. They went home sadly. Defeated in the basketball match, comma, they went home sadly. Yongke, do you understand?
Can you say again?
Okay. Do you? I have already taught you the participle. There are two participles, ed and ing participles. You can use these participles. Connectives mean bad and when, because. They are called participles. And relative pronouns like who, which, that. It is a kind of revision. You need to join two sentences using these. One of them. So in A, they were defeated in the basketball match. They went home sadly. You need to combine these two sentences. So in this type of situation, cognitive is more possible. Participle is more possible. Past participle means you need to change past participle like defeated. Defeated in the basketball match, comma, they went home sadly. Actually, I taught you already. I'm not sure on that day you were here or not. Like this. Can you do B to E? Or you can use one of the cognitive, relative pronouns, or past participle. Key, number B. Try. Yung can try number B.
Embedded many century ago, comma. It isn't certain whether it was first played by the Indian or the Chinese.
In this case, I think participle is not that suitable. Actually, this is revision. You miss the lesson and you don't understand. Participle means you change participle here. They were defeated in the basketball match. Defeated in the basketball match, they went home suddenly. So in this case, participle is suitable. That is why we use participle form like defeated in the basketball match. In Burmese, basketball match ma nayu jin khanya do jaung they went home suddenly. That way. But in the second sentence, it doesn't mean like that. So you cannot use participle. The game of chess was invented many centuries ago. It was invented many centuries ago. It isn't certain whether it was first played, blah blah blah. စတာတော့ကြာပြီဒါပေမဲ့မသေချာဘူး So the meaning of this sentence is like that. So it means although the game of chess was invented many centuries ago, I put connotative. The suitable connotative for this sentence is although. Although though they are possible. Although the game of chess was invented many centuries years ago, comma. Yeah, you need to put comma. It isn't certain whether it was first played by the Indians or the Chinese. တီထွင်ထားတာတော့ရာစုနှစ်ကျော်ပြီပင်မဲ့လဲအဲ့ဒါကမသေးကြဘူး like this ပင်မဲ့လဲ so for this sentence the suitable one is although. So you cannot put participle as you like. Depending on the meaning of the sentence, you need to consider. How about C? Yongki, can you hurry up? The other 2 points, what are you doing there?
Sports is enjoyed by the majority of people. Who don't like it? Who don't like it?
No, you cannot use relative pronoun here because a few means not majority of people. Sports ကိုလူအများတော့နှစ်သက်ကြတယ်အနည်းငယ်ကတော့မကြိုက်ဘူး So in this case it is opposite. You cannot use who in this case because majority of people is not the same as a few. So you could not use who. Sport is enjoyed by the majority of people. Although or but, you can say that way, but a few don't like it. So although, though, but they are possible. In this type of sentence, though, but they are possible. Right? And next one, number D. Okay. You can give next one.
William Lara was born in 1969. Who was a legendary West Indian batsman?
You can use who in this case, but the place where you put who is wrong. Mostly who is after person. So where will you put who? Please try again.
William Lara's who was born in 1969,
Mm,
USA, legendary West Indian batsman.
yes. Brian Lara, who was born in 1969, was a legendary. So, as you have already used who, you don't need to put he again and put two commas, and was a legendary West Indian batsman. Like this. And next, number E. Ông khen cho. You can try number E. You can try.
Yes. Mm, the stadium that costs
That cost, which cost, they are
million,
possible.
million of dollars to build Commerce
Was completed because it
completed
is
just
the same as stadium. You know, you don't need to put the stadium, which cost millions of dollars to build, comma, was completed because it means the stadium. So you don't need to put two. If you think that this information is not important, you can put two commas. So it means it is non-defining. Let's do number 5. Read number 5. Put semicolons.
put semicolon in the correct place in the sentence below.
Hmm. Do you know the meaning of semicolon? Semicolon is quite similar to full stop, but semicolon is less serious, but more serious than less serious full stop, but more serious than comma. So instead of full stop, you can put semicolon. There were mainly different kinds of people in the crowd. So school children, teenager in groups, tourists, locals having a day out. So you need to consider instead of comma or full stop, you can put semicolon. So colon is before the list. Colon is before the list. Yeah. School children, that is one group. So you can put semicolon. School children, teenagers in groups. So this is another semicolon. One kind. Tourists, one kind. Locals having a day out. That way. You can try B to E. Yung number B, try. Where will you put semicolon?
I enjoyed the following pastime: horse riding in the countryside, semicolon, reading, semicolon, comics,
No, reading comics. That is one.
reading
Comics
comics,
means cartoon books. And then
semicolon, play with my pet rabbit, semicolon, semicolon, emailing my friends and family.
yes. How about number C? Yung where will you put semicolon?
There are 5 steaks in Maggie and
Omelette.
omelette. Prepare the filling,
The
semicolon,
filling beat.
beat the egg.
Prepare the filling. That is one. It starts with present base form. Present simple like prepare. Beat the eggs. That is one. I will show you here. Prepare, infinitive verb. Beat, infinitive verb. Pour, infinitive verb. Let, infinitive verb. Put, infinitive verb. But here, let it cook. Yeah. Put infinitive verb and serve it. So where will you put?
Prepare the filling,
Yes.
semicolon.
Semicolon. Beat the
Beat
eggs.
the eggs, semicolon. Pour the
Actually, you are supposed to put full stop. Pour. Pour the mixture in the pan.
And let it cook, semicolon. Put the filling in for the omelette over and serve it.
Yes, that way. How about next? Number 3. Where will you put semicolon? First, second, you can look at this, the form. Third, so how will you say? Look both ways.
Semicolon.
Second,
Chat again.
yes.
And second that, walk across the road quickly back to the rest.
How about number E?
She went hobby around the garden, semicolon. She went skipping around the garden, semicolon. She went dancing around the garden.
I hope you understand it. So the exercises that I have done are very useful for you. Please learn at home for writing especially. Now I will do next. Unit 7. Students book. Actually, I let you do project about a famous person. Tomorrow I will let you make presentation. Are you ready? PowerPoint presentation. About someone. I let you use some words from Usain Bolt. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm not there.
Huh?
I'm not ready, but
Tomorrow.
yes.
Tomorrow is deadline. And students don't attend the class regularly. Today I have told someone, and next day the other come. So it is not organized. Okay, let's see. Unit 7. This semester, what happened? Last semester, all the students attended the class regularly. It was good to teach. Okay, this time and history. The title of this unit is Time and History. I will do text 7A. I will let you learn some beautiful expressions from the test. First of all, text 7a, finding the point game. Finding the point game. The text is quite hard, so I will let you read it quickly, and I will let you find some words in dictionary so that you can understand more when I let you read. So I will give you a few minutes. Do you know what to do?
Yes.
Do it. Can you start reading? Finding the point key.
Finding the point key. Most excavators would confess to a feeling or read when they break into a chamber closed and sealed many centuries
AWE.
or chamber closed and sealed many centuries ago. While with trembling hands I made a tiny breach in the upper left hand corner of the sealed
Sealed doorway.
doorway. Darkness and blank space appears an iron testing rope could reach, showed that whatever lay beyond was empty. Candidate tests were applied as a precaution
Against
against possible
fall
gas
gases.
and that
Widening.
widening the hole a little. I inserted
the candle.
and peered in.
Peered
The other standing
anxiously.
anxiously beside me to hear the verdicts.
Okay, let's see. Finding the point king. Most excavators. How do you understand my excavators? No.
Someone who ditch.
Dig. Yeah, someone who digs. So archaeologists, most archaeologists would confess, they admit to a feeling of awe. So awe means surprise. When they break into a chamber, you know, the archaeologists, they dig the old things, and it is about that. It is in Egypt. They break into a chamber. Chamber means room. Chamber closed. They break the closed chamber, the closed room. And that room was closed and sealed many centuries ago. Centuries means 100. That room was closed and sealed many years ago. With trembling hands, they were afraid. Trembling means shaking. You know, that the archaeologists were shaking because they were afraid with trembling hands. So I means the writer. The writer made a tiny breach in the upper left-hand corner of the sealed doorway. So break a tiny breach. For example, this is door. So only, you know, it is sealed. He breached, it means he broke a little, just a little, to look at inside. I made a tiny breach. That means in the upper left-hand corner of the sealed doorway. So he just break a little bit to see inside. Darkness and blank space. The whole room was dark and blank space. Darkness and blank space. You know, it means that the room was dark and there was a blank space as far as an iron testing rod could reach. So the writer could see only one, could see quite close. Darkness and black space as far as an iron testing rod. So you could not see very far. Only iron testing rod. You could see a short distance. So in that place, the writer saw nothing, empty. Everything was empty. Candle test, you know, in the sealed room, so there may be some dangerous gas. That is why, you know, the writer used the candle test. So the writer used the candle. You know candle? Why? Here, explaining for that. Candles were applied. It means candles were used as a precaution against possible foul gases. Some bad gas. Foul means, dangerous gas maybe inside the room because it was sealed, it was closed for many years, 100 years. That is why people, they get in, they use the candle to test whether there is dangerous gas or not. So candle tests were applied as a precaution. Precaution against possible foul gases and then widening the hole a little. After that, widen the hole a little bigger. I inserted the candle. The writer put the candle and peered in. It means look inside. The other standing anxiously at the time, the other archaeologists, they were waiting, anxiously worried, right? Anxiously, worriedly beside me, so beside the writer, to hear the verdict. So what will happen next? To hear the decision, something like that. Okay, next paragraph.
Yes.
At
At first, I could see nothing. The hot air escaping from the chamber causing the candle
chamber,
flame chamber, yes, causing the candle flame to flicker. But presently, as my eyes grew
accustomed.
accustomed to the light, detail
Mm,
of the room written emerged slowly from the mist, a strange animal, statues, and gold. Everywhere the glint of gold for the moment and eternity is might have seemed to the others standing by. I was struck dumb with amazement, and when Lord Carnarvon, unable to stand the suspense any longer, inquired anxiously, "Can you see anything? Words or I could do to get out the words?" "Yes, one of the things."
mm. At first, I could see nothing. The writer could not see anything inside. Only, the room was closed for many 100 years. One, it was open a little. It was open ajar a little, nearly hung. Only the hot air escaping from the chamber. So only the hot air came out. So what happened? The candle flame flickered. So because of the air, the writer could see the movement of the candle flame. But presently, as my seat grew accustomed to the light, so as the writer is the archaeologist is accustomed to the light in the dark. So familiar with that kind of situation. His eyes grew accustomed to the light detail of the room. So although it was dark, he could see what were there, accustomed to the light details of the room, within emerged slowly from the mist, strange animals. He saw some strange animals and also statues. Statues?
Yes,
What is that?
you're true.
Yeah, some statues and also gold everywhere. The glint of gold. So there was gold, some strange animals, and also statues. So the first thing that the writer saw were strange animals, statues, and gold in the chamber, in the room. For the moment, an eternity it must have seemed to the others standing by. I was struck dumb with amazement. So the writer was so surprised to see another scene. One Lord Carnarvon, it is the name, unable to stand the suspense any longer, inquired anxiously. Suspense means They were worried, they were afraid what will happen, they were excited what they could see next. Can you see anything? It was all I could do to get out the walls. Yes, wonderful things. So the writer said, yes, I could see some wonderful things in the room. The writer said like that to his member, to his followers, members, followers. Go on. Then
Then widening the hole a little further so that we could both see, we
inserted
inserted an electric torch. We were
simultaneously
simultaneously filled with the
acceleration of discovery,
exhilaration or discovery that fever or suspense surely never before
never
in the whole history or excavation had such an amazing sight being seen at the light or our torch revealed to us a room full, a whole museum full of objects piled one upon another in seemingly endless profusion.
endless profusion. Mm. Then widening the hole. The writer make the hole bigger so that we could both see. We incited an electric torch. After that, the writer put an electric torch inside. We were simultaneously filled with the exhilaration of discovery. So they were so surprised to see the wonderful things inside. The fever of suspense. By the way, Yongke, do you know the meaning of suspense? What is the meaning of suspense? In Burmese, so tate. What will happen next? What will happen next? The fever of suspense. Surely never before in the whole history of excavation had such an amazing sight. So he could see some amazing things inside. As the light of our torch revealed means show to us. So in general, he saw an amazing sight. A room full means the whole room, or maybe a whole museum full, the whole room it means, of objects. There are a lot of objects piled one upon, piled one upon, piled upon lightly, one upon. In seemingly endless profusion. So there are a lot of valuable stuff in that room. Go on. Recently,
Recently, it dawned
dawned upon our bewildered brains
divided, divided brain that in all this mentally before us there was no confirm or trace or
mummy
of a mummy. The explanation gradually turned between the two black central explanation gradually turned. Central. Stated there was another doorway. What we saw was a mummy and an antechamber. Behind there were to be other
chamber.
chambers, possibly as a section or den, and if one of them, in all his magnificent panel,
Mag-
magnificent
panoply of dark
panoply or dark, we should find the
pearl
pearls line.
line. Presently, it dawned upon our bewildered brains. So dawned that it all this medley means mischief. Before us, there are a lot of things before them. There was no coffin or trace of mummy. So you could see the picture, and I think they might have been in a pyramid. They at first they thought that they would see some coffins and mummy inside in the pyramid. Do you know mummy? Coffin. Jongki, how do you
Yeah.
understand my coffin?
I know mummy.
Mummy, you know mummy?
Mummy. Yes.
How about coffin?
I don't know copy.
A cow. Lu
Okay.
cow ni. Okay. So but at first, they thought they would see coffins and mummy, but inside they could not see, they could not see any sign of coffin and mummy. Only gold. The explanation gradually dawned. The explanation, at first they were surprised. Why? Why want coffins and mummy there? But the explanation gradually dawned means later they knew why. Between the two black sentinel statues, between the two statues, there was another sealed doorway. So there was another door. They saw another secret door. What we saw was merely an antechamber, only a room, a small room. Behind there were to be other chambers. So there it means that there were a lot of chambers, possibly a succession of them. Succession means the king's son, the king's grandson, something like that. That there were many chambers in that big pyramid, a succession of them. And in one of them, in all his magnificent panoply of death, we should find the pearl lying. So they thought that, oh, there must be pearl lying. You know pearl? You know pearl?
Lam.
Huh?
Mutal.
Pearl. Egypt pearl.
No.
The Asian king, one day, according to their traditional belief, they were injected not to be rotten, and they were kept in the pyramids. They are called pharaohs. They expected that they would see coffin or pharaohs or mummy like this. Go on. Next morning,
Next morning, we removed the blockade of the doorway and we entered the town. Here, packed tightly together in this little chamber,
chamber,
were scrolls or objects,
objects
any of which will have filled us
with
with
excitement,
excitement under the ordinary
circumstances,
circumstances, and being considered ample
ample repayment,
repayment for a full season's work. None of us was prepared for the uh,
astonishing
astonishing
vitality,
fidelity that
rise,
characterized a thing of the objects. All of the last one were inscribed
inscribed with the
with
name
the
of
name of
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun. While we are still excitedly calling each other from one object to another came a new discovery. Beneath the southern
Tutankhamun's couch,
couch was a small irregular hole in the wall, yet another sealed
steel
doorway and
doorway, Plunderous hole,
plunderer hole,
plan- Plunderous hole,
plunderer holes. Oh, clearly
clearly.
were not then to be the past.
Mm. Next morning, we means the writer and his followers or maybe his members removed the blocking of the doorway, and the other day they broke the blocking of the doorway and they entered the tomb. Do you know tomb? Tomb, tomb. No, ogu. That is called the tomb. Here, packed tightly together in this little chamber. It was closed tightly, were scores of objects. It means a lot of objects. any of which would have filled us with excitement. So it means that all the things they saw were really exciting and surprising, and ordinary circumstances. Ordinary means, it's not that strange and normal. Being considered ample repayment. Ample means enough. Repayment for a full season's work. Because of their hard work, they could see something valuable. None of us was prepared for the astonishing vitality that characterized certain of the objects. So none of us mean, the writer and his members didn't prepare that they would see such kind of astonishing stuff. They didn't expect that much. All of the larger ones were inscribed with the name of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun is the name of an ancient king in Egypt. The larger ones were inscribed. So it means that the tomb was inscribed with the name of Tutankhamun. So they were surprised. While we were still excitedly calling each other from one object to another, they were looking at the things they saw in the tomb. So they were naming, oh, this is this is that, something like that. All were surprising and astonishing. Beneath the southernmost couch. Couch means bed. In Burmese, talon yang zao. Beneath the southernmost couch was a small irregular hole. They saw irregular hole in the wall. So another secret hole. Yet another sealed doorway and slanderous hole. Clearly, we were not there to be the first. We were not there to be the first. So it seemed that there were some people who arrived there before. They thought that they were the first. They were the people who first saw these things. But according to the clues, they were not the first. There were some people who arrived there before. It means like that. Do you understand up to this?
Yes.
It's not understandable, but I'm trying to explain English to English as much as I can. All right, go on.
Yes. Clearly, the object from the
Antechamber,
antechamber was like clearly a
gigantic.
gigantic cave or split was skeletons.
Matter of extreme,
Gigantic game or
gigantic.
yes, gigantic game or spec
Gigantic game of pelicans.
Pelican, it was a matter of extreme difficulty to move one object without any serious risk or damaging others. Some were in beautiful condition, but in the most precarious state. It was slow, painful work, and not rocky at that. For one third of the time, a heavy risk or responsibility, destruction of evidence is
Evidence is
so easy and yet so hopelessly irreparable. 7 weeks it took to clear the antechamber, and thankful we were when it was finished without any disaster.
Clearing the objects from the antechamber was like playing a gigantic game of pelicans. Pelicans at the bottom, you could see what pelicans are. Please read the blue one at the bottom. The words are very small. Game in
which player trying to pick a stick from a heap without moving any of the others.
It means a kind of game. So it means that clearing the objects in that small room was quite challenging. Not a small task. It is a big task. It is like playing the difficult game. It means like that. It was a matter of extreme difficulty, it says, very difficult, to move one object without running serious risks of damaging others. You know, it was difficult to move one object without serious damaging others. So because, you know, they all are Asian, and not to break the others, it was so difficult. Some were in beautiful conditions, others in a most precarious state. Some were in good condition, but some were in precarious state. Precarious means very difficult. Almost it is fragile. It means that it is easier to be broken. Precarious state. It was slow, painful work. You know, that is why they had to touch things carefully. So it was quite slow, nerve-wracking. So it was so exciting. For one felt all the time a heavy weight of responsibility. So carrying those things were quite challenging. Destruction of evidence is so easy and yet so hopelessly, irreparable. So it means that it was hopeless. It was hopeless if something was destroyed because they could not get it back. It was the antiques, Asian stuff. 7 weeks it took us to clear the antechamber. They took 7 weeks to clear the small room. Thankful we were when it was finished without any disaster. They could manage to be finished without any disasters, any destruction. Go on.
Yes, we were ready.
Oh,
We are
sorry.
ready at
Wait,
last.
I must stop. Yeah,
Oh, yes.
because it is time. So I must dismiss you. So please go on reading. Go on reading, right? To be able to understand. I will do this. And another task is page 99, 7B. Read ahead. 7B. Read ahead.
Yes.
Right? Okay, I will do these two. And tomorrow there will be presentation. Please prepare PowerPoint presentation. You can choose anyone who is your favorite celebrity, right? Your favorite celebrity. That's all for today. Bye bye.
Bye bye.